Let's look at how we can sequentially search an array. That means to go through every element starting with the first all the way to the last, although we can actually get out early once we find what we're looking for. But an advantage of using an array is we can search all the way through from the beginning to the end. This is kind of the long way to search, but it is a way to search, especially if the data is not organized in any kind of order. So we'll look at the first element of the array all the way to the end, one element at a time. Well, we're going to need a scanner object because we're going to ask the users for some input. So I'll use scanner keyboard equals new scanner system.in. We'll have to import. We've done this many times before. You can leave it on the top. I like to slide it down just above the class declaration. All right, let's create an array of something. I'll make an array of strings, and it'll be a string array of reindeer names. Perhaps you've heard of them. You may know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. And the most famous reindeer of all, that's Rudolph. So once I get these all typed in, I'll have 9 reindeer names. You can make an array of anything you would like. Now let's get a reindeer name from the user. We'll search for this reindeer. So we'll prompt the users to enter the name of a reindeer. And we'll have this string, I'll call it reindeer to search. That will hold the name of the reindeer we are looking for. All right, we'll sequentially search the array one element at a time, starting with element 0 all the way to the end of the array. I'm going to declare a variable outside the array to be our counter. You'll see why when we're all done. So I has already been declared, so I'll say for I equals 0, as long as I is less than the length of reindeer names, and we'll increment I by 1, so with I++. And as we go through the array, I want to know if reindeer to search equals whatever reindeer name we are on in the array. So if reindeer to search dot equals, remember these are strings, so we need to use dot equals. They're objects. So if reindeer to search dot equals reindeer names I, whatever reindeer name we are currently on. First I will be 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, all the way to 8 because I have 9 reindeer. Well, if it does match, we found the reindeer name. So I'll display that we found it. We got reindeer to search, whatever the name of the reindeer was that the users were trying to find. We'll let them know it is in the array. Going to need a little more space here. We could also tell them at what index we found this reindeer. So we'll say that reindeer to search is at, well, we found it at I. Since we found the reindeer that we're looking for, we really don't need to keep looking through the rest of the array. So it's okay to exit this loop early. If we were looking for Dasher, there's no need to look through all the other reindeer. We found what we were looking for. So I'll type break here to exit the loop early. And that ends the if we actually found the reindeer. We had a match. But if we go all the way through the array and never find anything, I will eventually get to the length of this array, which is 9. Remember, the index numbers are from 0 to 8. I keeps going up by 1. Once it hits 9, that's the key to get out of the loop. Well, if I equals reindeer names dot length, which means we've gone past all the elements in the array and didn't find anything, that's my key to know we didn't find anything. That's why I had I declared as a variable outside the loop in this case, because I was going to have to check once I was done looping through the entire array to see if we found the reindeer or not. So if I equaled the reindeer names dot length, that means it got all the way to 9, and the indexes were only from 0 to 8. That means we didn't find the reindeer. We could have also used a Boolean variable inside that for loop and set it to true or false. That would also work. And then I could have stayed a local variable to the loop. There's more than one way to take care of these things. But I'm using the fact that I exceeded the last index number of 8. It got all the way to 9, which happens to be the length of the array. That let me know we didn't find a reindeer. Let's test this out. First, we'll search for dancer. And we found it at index 1. The loop looked at Dasher, then Dancer, found it, displayed that information, and exited the loop. Next, if we look for Rudolph, this loop is going to go 9 times, from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8, and then it finds Rudolph. If we look for Clarice, you might recall she was kind of sweet on Rudolph and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but she's not in this array. It looped through the entire array, got all the way for I to equal 9, and that was a key to let us know, well, Clarice was not in this reindeer array. That's a sequential search, going all the way through an array, starting with the first element, potentially all the way through the last element, one element at a time.